Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. My name is Ryan Selvey, and we are so privileged to be joined by the one and only Idara Ekpoh, who is, as you guys know, a moderator, a photographer, aficionado of all things Photoshop and Lightroom. Good morning. How's it going?
Good morning, Ryan. It's good. It's Tuesday. Can you believe it's October 14th? Like, I don't know where the time is going, but it's a
I
new
haven't gotten
day.
through all my spooky movies yet, so I still
No.
need more October time. But it's great to have you. Thanks for taking time to hop on Adobe Live with us. We're excited to hop
Absolutely.
into some color in Photoshop. Before we do that, though, do you want to just give a little brief introduction of yourself in case people are seeing you for the first time?
Yes. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Idara. I am a portrait photographer based in Phoenix, Arizona. I focus on really any type of portraiture, just really focusing on capturing people, and just building community and relationships throughout my work. And so, really excited today because one thing that is really massive with my work is color. And so, it is only fitting to talk to you all about how you can control color, especially with Photoshop's new adjust color bar. So really excited to get into all of that. We have a lot of images that I've just picked randomly from my work. Some new, some that I don't think any of them you've seen. You might have seen a subject before
Okay.
if you've seen me on previous streams, but I'm really excited to get into that.
Great. Well, and then right before we get into that, I do want to say hello to everyone who is in chat. Hello on both YouTube and Behance. We have Sean and Cody is going to be our moderator for today. So hi, Cody. Good to see you.
Hi,
Thanks for being
Cody.
here. As well as oh, Sean is on both sides. So thank you, Sean, for being on both sides. If you guys have any
Mm.
questions while we're going in or hopping into stuff, please by all means throw it in the chat. I will pass it over to Idara. Right now, as you can see, we are starting off the day strong with how to control colors easily in Photoshop. But right after this, we've got some office hours. And then later today, we have Make It Pop Digital Fashion with Steffi Fung. And
Ooh.
then On the Spot with Magdiel Lopez, which should be a really good time. So we've got a whole week of great streams lined up. If you want this schedule, make sure you hop into the Adobe Live Discord, which is linked in the description. And that's where you can always check out to see what's coming up next on the YouTube, Behance, Twitch, you name it. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share your screen, and then we can walk through a little bit what we're going to work on today.
Lovely. So yeah, so I have a number of different images here for us to go through. So we're just kind of gonna make it one by one and just see what I'm gonna move this out of the way. Hold on.
We've got
Uh.
studio shots. We've got shots that looks like out in the middle of the desert, maybe. Uh,
Yes.
that's really cool. It's giving some like Wes Anderson vibes, kind of.
Exactly.
Uh,
Oh, that was the goal.
yes. All
Yes.
right.
There's
Amazing.
there's in Arizona, there's a city called Bisbee, and there's like an abandoned town that has like this old Western vibe to it. So we really wanted to shoot, and so we drove I think it was like a 3 or 4 hour drive
Oh, that's
to
scary.
go. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, you're just like,
But
okay, if we break down, this is where we live now.
exactly. But I
uh,
think we'll start with these images. What I really loved about them is one color. And when I talk about that's another image. When I talk about adjusting color, I think a lot of things go into how we first prepare for our shoot. So we knew that we were going to a space that was going to be very colorful. I mean, there you could see the reds and the yellows here with the gas station shell. Even the Pepsi machine here, the old school Pepsi machine that's broken. We have like the Greyhound, the old vintage cars. So there was a lot of color in this location, which is what I really, really love. So I want to continue to just focus on how I can really make those colors pop and bring them to life. So first thing I always do is duplicate your background, y'all. Like, please,
first
please,
things first.
please duplicate the background. You'll see here, this is the softbox that I was using. We did bring some extra lighting with us. So I'm going to use generative fill just to get rid of that.
And you're just running that off of like a battery, that like a portable battery you have, or is that one
Yeah, a
built into the
portable
softbox?
battery.
Cool,
Yeah, it was a portable battery.
got it.
And I think
Also,
it was, yes.
you have yellow and red in a lot of these compositions, both on the inside
Mm-hmm.
ones, the outside ones. But then I'm also noticing you kind of have a theme because behind you, you also right now have yellow and red
Yeah.
behind you. So
It's so funny to see like what you do unintentionally.
absolutely, I
I tend to
remember
fall here.
I had like a final review. I think like sophomore or junior year, and we had to hang up all of our works together to like be reviewed. And I remember like being like, oh my gosh, in every single like piece that I drew, it's like two characters and a composition. Like, oh my gosh, I just do the same thing over and over again. I'm like, I have a style. Who knew?
Literally, who knew?
um, but
Who
sorry,
knew
I
I had
cut
a
you off while you were
style?
going through
No,
into your
no, you're good.
softbox.
No, you're good. You're good. I got rid of the softbox. I just used generative fill, and then I merged it because I'm not. That's fine. I can get rid of that. I was pretty happy with how that looked, and so now that that is done, I wanted to crop it. So I came over to the crop tool. I'm gonna pick a 4 by 5, which is usually what I crop to for social media.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So these are
in
mostly
the
going on
case
for online kind of
yeah,
distribution.
these ones are probably gonna go online. I usually do a number of different things. So either they'll go online or like on my website or whatever the case might be. But in
Which
this
is
case,
what?
this image,
Where can we find your
which
work?
which is okay, right? I like how you did that there. Which is idaraekpoh.com, idaraekpoh.com. That's where you can see a lot of my work. Come on, Ryan, with the plug. I like that. I like
Gotta keep it
that.
natural. I
I
don't
don't
have the
like
best transitions, so when I'm able to actually have them, I'm like, yes, all right, great.
Actually, I don't like that crop, so I'm gonna go back and just leave it as such. And then if we want to crop in the end, we can.
Mhm.
So one of the things I wanted to cover today is that we now have this color adjustment bar that's here.
Right.
Um, so when you click on it, you'll see that it's going to populate a new layer for one, a hue and sat layer, and then it's going to have all of these colors that are here for you. So this is really great if you want a quick and easy way to just adjust specific colors in your images. So we have like the blue, the orange, another well, it's saying this is orange, but more of like a tan, a brown, like getting into a browns. And then you also have the ability to just do an overall all colors hue and sat. So I'm gonna start with the blue. So you can see here as I'm adjusting the sky,
Not a
which
cloud
is
in sight. Did
I'm
you write them
not,
out, or was
nope,
it just clear
nope.
skies?
It was
Wow.
clear
Oh,
skies, like not a single cloud in sight at all. I tend to fall with like this like teal-ish color. It's something that it's so nice, and I think that it complements the yellow and red that's in the photo a bit more. So I just brought down I brought down the hue, and then I increased the saturation to what I like. If I wanted to do lightness, darkness, I could do that as well. And so you just kind of figure out where you want to let that fall. That's nice.
it's
If
kind
I
of
come
cool
over
because
here,
like it's a new approach to one of my favorite features in Photoshop when I'm editing photos
hmm
is selective color. Um,
that's my favorite one. Oh, and we're
yeah,
gonna talk about selective color because that one, oh, it can't be replaced in my heart.
but it's cool that they have the thumbnails in this one because like
Yeah.
what I would end up doing with selective color a lot, it would be like I would go to the red and then I would just like kind of scrub the hue really fast to just be like, okay, what
hmm
does it identify as red? Whereas
hmm
here, it's cool that it has
Yeah.
little circles that it's like, no, this is the exact
Yes.
color that we're gonna be
Yep.
messing with. Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
Also, we are
Uh,
joined by Peter Bex and Nuno Diaz, who is saying hello from
Oh,
Portugal. Hi. Okay,
oh,
we're
Portugal.
spanning the globe right now. I'm in New York,
Ooh.
you're in Arizona, Nuno is in Portugal. We just need someone like in Japan, and then we're like, we've got the whole thing.
Oh. I love that.
uh,
Well, Portugal. I want to go to Portugal so bad. Oh
I
my
know.
goodness.
I would love to see your photos in Portugal. Oh my gosh, your
That
colors
that's
in Portugal
that's
would be crazy.
yes, they would kill in Portugal. Oh my goodness. The
Add
other
it to the
option that
docket.
you really have, literally, you know what? I'm trying to make a trip, hopefully next year by my birthday, to be in Portugal, have my cameras, have everything with me. So we're throwing that out there. Let
All
the
right, and
money
we'll have to
be.
definitely have you back on. So we'll just
Yes.
budget it in. It's a business
Yes.
expense.
I love it. The other thing that you can also do is you can use like the color picker to kind of select a specific color. So if
That's
I wanted
nice.
to select like the yellow, it'll pull that up and then I can start to edit that. Or if I wanted to select the red, it just kind of gives you a little bit more control there. So I can start to adjust those colors. Now you will see that especially when it comes to yellow, oranges, and reds, and I've said this before in general, you will see that in our subject, in our skin, we have yellows, oranges, and red. Regardless of the skin tone complexion, those are usually the colors that impact the skin. And so you will see here that as we did that, it did adjust his skin a bit. So if I wanted to, make sure I didn't include that in the map. Oh, hold on. Click on that actually. I can remove that from him by just using my eraser tool and erasing that off of him. So,
Also, good morning to Kane. He's over on YouTube, and Troy as well. And I like
ooh,
Troy
hello.
just came in and just said Troy. Like, all right, cool. Ryan, good to have you
Welcome,
here. And you
Troy.
guys have
Well,
any
good to hear.
questions about what we go through, please by all means throw them in the chat. There are no dumb questions. We are here for all
Yes.
skill levels. So if you're just entering Photoshop,
Yes.
let us know. But if you have like super nitty gritty as well, we will take our best shot.
Yes.
No promises.
No,
Or,
no
I mean, no promises for
promises.
me at least. I guess I'll just put that all on Idara.
I
Um,
really want this yellow to like hit me a bit. Like I just want it
mhm.
to punch me.
Like a
Yeah,
Wes
that's really
Anderson.
nice. Like
Exactly.
a Wes Anderson. And you also will notice too, now that I've already, because I'm doing this all in the same layer, because I created that mask and I erased it off my subject, even as I went in and did the yellows, it's not affecting his skin. So it knows to not touch him now, which is also really nice.
That's
I'm
really cool.
just impacting the yellows that are everywhere else. So far, this is what we've been able to do. We have, hopefully, I feel like I'm like, let me zoom in a little bit more there. Okay, so we have the sky that we changed. We have the yellow in the shell, which I'm gonna make that a little bit more vibrant. Yeah,
Yeah, more like
I want
Bumblebee
that
yellow.
to, yeah, I want it to like really like just smack you. Beautiful. Let's see that.
We want aggressive colors.
Just a bah.
And it's cool because then you can also see the before and after kind of slider of the hue on the bottom there,
Exactly,
which is nice.
which is
Um,
really really nice.
and then you have
You can
that
see
matte, which
here.
is just covering your subject to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
his skin tones don't get affected by
Exactly.
the crazy yellows. Drew is also joining us over on YouTube. Thanks for being here.
Welcome in, Drew.
Um,
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna leave that one over here, and then I'm gonna go into my selective color. I just came down here to my adjustment layers, click selective color, and then this is where I like to play with my colors a bit further. I'm a huge fan of selective color. I just think it's so nice because it's nice because again it really breaks down, and this is why I tend to fall into, I use both Lightroom and Photoshop, but I think the greatest thing about Lightroom is, or excuse me, about Photoshop is the amount of control. So you can even say like with the adjust color toolbar that we just used, we had a little bit more control being able to target specific colors. Excuse me. Same thing with adjustive color and being able to, or selective color, to be able to come in here and just pick what color you want. I think you definitely do, like we were saying before, Ryan, have a bit more control with the color adjust toolbar. Um, but there's just multiple ways that you can also impact your colors, which I think is really, really dope that you have multiple like tools that you can add to your toolbox. So I'm just playing around with the sliders. I just like to like, honestly, there is no science or anything behind it. It's just by what
Vibes.
feels good. Yeah, just vibes. I'm like, that's the one thing about me. I'm like, when I edit photos, I'm like, I feel like I'm editing something. I'm like, I feel like it's looking, I don't like, I can edit a photo twice and it can look different both
Yeah.
times, just because of how I like see it in the end.
Well, I know
Um,
the piece behind your head. It's not the edit that ends up being on the stream itself, but you had a
mhm.
multi
I
episodic
did.
series
I
with that
did of
piece,
this one. Yep, I did.
um, and you edited a kind of kaleidoscope
Hmm.
vibe
I
onto it.
did. I
Uh,
did, which was a
that was
challenge for
nice.
me,
That looks
which
so
I
good though.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was a big challenge for me because I think that sometimes especially as a portrait photographer, we tend to stay in this world of just like I took the and there is like you get creative with your editing and stuff like that as far as colors, but I don't really get creative in regards to like like the style and design of the image. And so I have been trying to, I haven't been as successful as I would like, but I'm trying to,
Ain't
um,
that the name of the game?
that's the name of the game. But the goal is to allow myself to be more just free in that regard. And just like, it doesn't have to look so traditional as just like a portrait and like the colors look nice and the
Yeah.
composition was nice, but I can play with different effects and stuff. So that was a really cool challenge for me.
That's also the perk of being a photographer, because obviously the medium's always
Yes.
changing, but as phones get, more powerful, it more so the role of a photographer is to have a vision more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then being able to also go off of vibes once you're going and you're editing.
Exactly. Literally just off
So
of
what did you do just
vibes.
right there? You added a curves layer.
Oh, I added a
Um,
curves layer just for vibes. So I went down to my adjustment to add a new adjustment layer, and then I clicked on curves. And the one thing that's also really nice about curves too is that you can create a curves layer for colors as well. I don't do this often, and I want to. You know what? Let's do it today. Why not? I feel
oh,
like the curves for me, and don't ask me to tell you or explain to you curves because I just am like I'm a big person that's like, try it, test it out, and see and figure out what it does.
right.
I know that you're adding like the colors into like the highlights, the shadows of the images and whatnot. And so you can see here as we were doing with this curves layer, I've gone in and I've added some color in there. I've done like the full RGB, but then I also said, let me just go in and target the reds, the blues, and the greens and just see what we get here and just kind of have fun with it. I think that's the nice part of like editing in general. Ooh, I really like this like kind of yeah, I like that. Now I'm gonna come in here, look at my subject because he's looking a little green, which we don't want.
And
I'm gonna
then
come back
for
here.
sorry, no,
Yes.
you keep going, keep going. I'm letting detracted from your thing. Keep going.
No, 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 no. You're good. You're good. You're good. I just want to come in here and just take that off of his skin just a little bit. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Ryan?
I
I
was
feel
just
like
gonna
that
say
it
that
was
the way
gonna.
that I have learned to understand curves is that the bottom left is black black and the top
Yes.
right is white white, and
Yes.
then when you're moving it up or down, especially for
Mm-hmm.
colors, you're
Yep.
saying I want more like red in my white whites
Exactly.
or
And they're
less in my white whites,
in
but
my
like going
black
up and down.
blacks. Yep. Exactly.
I'm sure there is a better way to,
A better way to describe it, but
right.
that's how we do that.
Let's see.
Um, so just by doing that, let's go in here. I want to put this all in a group. So this is our before and this is our after. We're just playing around with colors and using different tools, starting off with the adjust color, like I mentioned before, that created that hue and saturation layer for us. And then we kind of come in here and play with the different colors. And then on top of that, I went into selective color, I went into curves, and just being able to show you again how easily you can control your color with multiple different tools too. I think that is what's really nice is that you have multiple ways to do different things and you have new ways such as the just color toolbar that allows you to do things in a lot quicker of a method as well that really can add to your workflow. So I really like exploring all these different options because I think they really allow you to decide like, okay, you just add more to your toolbox and see that way one day, maybe in some use cases it's just better for me to use the adjust color, or if I want to, maybe I can go back to my staples, which is like the selective color, or maybe I want to add more color in my really whites or my blacks or whatever the case might be. I can use curves. So I think those are really dope ways to just kind of play around with color in that regard. So
Especially if
I'm
something's not
gonna
working like the way that you want
exactly.
it to, you can be like, oh, let's try a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Kane has a question
Exactly.
over on YouTube,
Yes.
which it's funny because this was one of the first things we did. So, do you
Mhm.
ever take a lighting kit with you whenever you do outdoor portraits to control more of the natural
Kane,
ambient light?
Kane, you see this right
Yeah.
here? You see this right here? This is the softbox that I did bring out side with me. Like it was a bright and sunny day, but of course, like especially when it's really, really bright, I like to bring flash with me just because I think you can just like literally like how you said, Kane, you can control the lighting a bit more. And so I did have we had two, but in this case, I just had one set up that we used to make sure that the light was hitting my subject. So even in this shot as well, we brought it in every case because I noticed that sometimes again when it's really, really bright, you just you want to be able to control the light more. So I'm able to like increase my f-stop so that way the photo is a lot darker, and then I can control how much light is showing through. With the flash. So it's really nice in that regard. So I do. It wasn't something that it's something that I started to implement probably like maybe like a year and a half ago. Like sometime last year, I started thinking like, I don't have to keep flash in the studio. I can bring it outside and use it too.
Let it see the sun a little bit.
Let us see the sun. Let us see the sun.
We also
Okay, let's
have
see.
uh, Oliver and RB joining us over on Behance. Cody's saying curves are cool, but who knows how it actually works. Same with the blending modes.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Just
who knows how it actually works? I
as
couldn't
long as
tell
it
you.
works, you know.
That's the thing, you know? That's the thing, as long as it works. Let's try out this image. There's more color here. I have a yellow backdrop, a blue suit. If you know me, you know you have seen Dang multiple times on my streams. I have so many images of him from this shoot, so I feel like I'm always pulling another image. It's just a great example for color. I was really, really intentional with this shoot when it came to color. Oh, and also, do you guys like I'm just curious, like how often are you guys playing with color in your work, if at all? Because to me, one thing that everybody knows about me is like color is a massive thing. I'm really intentional about like what colors I'm bringing into my images. Like, oh, if I'm like, oh, let me try to do um like secondary or colors that work really well together. So like thinking about the color wheel, right? So like you have complementary colors, you have all these different colors that just work well together. And I think it's really impactful to like focus on how you can utilize them in your work. And so I'm just curious, like, does anybody else play around with colors? If you like, because red and yellow are, or sorry, blue and yellow are complementary colors. So that is why I utilize them in the shoot. And then when you're like, see the final images, it's like, wow, it looks so good. And it's because you were intentional about color. So
Right.
that was
No,
a
I
long-winded way to say, do you guys play with color?
no, I think it's great though because there's different ways that you could always experiment with color.
Hmm.
And there's always ones where I think the idea is that it's heavily saturated stuff, but I've
Hmm.
also seen some really cool artists that really like push it to its boundaries of low contrast,
Yeah.
of really similar like monochromatic kind of stuff,
Yep.
but still leaning on
Hmm.
color and how it leads your eye around the image.
Exactly. And I quickly, just a quick little moment. I just pulled out an Amazon package because I have to show y'all. This is my new challenge as a creative. I just bought this book off of Amazon. I saw it on TikTok. It's called A Dictionary of Color Combinations. It's a Japanese book.
Here, I'll
And
make you big real quick. Give me 1 second.
yeah.
There you go.
I'm like, I just feel like I just felt called to talk about it. So there's this book called A Dictionary of Color Combinations. I got off of Amazon for like 20 bucks. It's a Japanese book, and basically it has all of these different color combinations in here, like just unique color combinations.
Cool.
And the reason why I got it was a lot of people were using this because of it helps with styling and to know like what colors you should take into consideration when dressing yourself. But I also was like, as a creative, as a photographer, as a designer, this is really great to figure out like what unique color combinations are there that I'm not thinking of. So this is something that I'm gonna use to start challenging myself to say, hey, like I want to do a shoot and maybe I want to include these four colors and play around with them and see what I can come up creatively. And so I want to encourage you guys to, even if like you're not sure of what colors work well together, there are resources such as this that can help you. So I just got in the mail yesterday, so I just felt let me tell y'all about that because this is what I'm the most excited about is playing around with that book.
Yeah, in freshman year of college, we also had to do a big project based off of Kandinsky, which is kind of similar to where we had to like
Mm.
bring in colors side by side. And I always am fascinated by like those Instagram posts where they take like a red on a red, and then they take the
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm like pointing to myself. Then like they move it from right to left, and then it changes the color entirely, and you're like, no, they're changing
Mm-hmm.
the color. But then I always like
Mm-hmm.
screenshot it, and then I still like do the hex value. I'm like, that's the same hex value.
Yeah.
I colors affect colors,
Colors
and
affect
it's so cool.
colors. They really do. They really do. All I did here, I didn't tell you guys. I just went ahead and extended the background. Well, first I used generative fill to fill the and I merged it, which I shouldn't have done. But basically, you could see the backdrop rolls, and so I merged it. I did generative fill so I can get rid of that. So I would just have a yellow background, and then I use generative expand to expand the background out. I really like that he's kind of, and to be honest, I kind of want him smaller. I really like how this yellow is really overtaking this image. I don't know. It's just really nice. It's like a sea of yellow, and then you have like a dot of oh, what did I do? A dot of that blue. Let me come back
Also,
here.
thank you, Cody, for putting the link to the Amazon
Oh,
link
thanks,
to dictionary of color
Cody.
combinations. I went ahead. I also placed it in our Adobe Live Discord. If you go over to the Adobe Live Discord
Yes.
server and you go under In Studio, you can see that we just posted a thing about going live with Idara. But then it's followed up by the book that
Hmm.
Adara also mentioned, and you can check it out on your own.
I
We got to
can't
do a
wait to
book
hear if
club
you
one
guys
time.
get. Yes, we need to do book club, and also what I'm challenging myself is like I'm literally going to be challenging myself. Like I'm going to pick random combinations out of this book and challenge myself to style and execute a shoot with the color. And so I'll keep you guys updated because I think that's a really just dope concept of just like, hey, let's play around with color and like let me randomly like just challenge myself to play with these colors that I probably never would have thought to combine together. So that is a personal project that I'm gonna embark on very soon, as
You,
in this month.
yeah, I'm ready for it. And make sure you keep us updated because
I
that'd be a really
will.
great stream. Cody also agrees. Peter has a question. Says, do you do
Yes.
your own printing or do you work with someone or a company to do your printing?
Good question. So I do not do my own printing. I want to. That is something that I really, really want to get into doing. I just don't have a printer yet. I have used a different company for there's one called, if I'm remembering it, I think they're called, is it Whitehall? I can't remember. I have to figure it out. And once I find them, I will put them in the Discord. That's what I will do. I use them for printing. These prints, actually, full transparency, these prints came from Walgreens.
Ooh.
And which I am somebody who, if, especially if, and these were because I needed to print out work for an art exhibition that I had last year. And so I tried to use a printing company that was local. It didn't work out. So I needed a next day solution, and Walgreens does same day printing. And the
I
way
needed a
that these
next day
colors,
solution with
yeah, yeah,
Walgreens.
yeah. And the way the color is so like spot on and so
Yeah,
perfect.
really.
I'm shocked. And these are just like posters. Like if you go to Walgreens, you print out like their poster option, then you can create like really massive sizes, and they do same day printing for majority of them. So I've printed, these are 24 by 36s. I've done 8 by 10s. I've done 16 by 12 by or 16 by 20, all these different sizes. So Walgreens is good for go-to. There's another company that I use, um, two of which that I use. I can't remember their names at the moment, but I will put them in the Discord after the stream.
Fantastic. And so we're about halfway through our stream already, which is time's flying by.
Already?
We are currently with Idara Ekpoh, and we are going over some color adjustments and color features in Photoshop, including the new color. What's the official name of it? The
I think it's called Color Adjust Bar, a
color adjust bar. Yep,
color
and it's in
adjuster bar.
the
Yes.
contextual menu
Yep.
that follows
Yes,
you.
it is.
Um, but
Follows you everywhere.
this is only the first show of today, whether you're watching a replay or the live stream. After this, we've got Office Hours with Andrew Hockroddle and Nick Longo. And then we're hopping on over to the Twitch channel. If you are into Twitch, it's very similar to this experience if you've never been on Twitch before. But then we have Make It Pop, which is digital fashion, and that'll be in Substance Painter, hosted by Steffi Fung, which is really fun. Followed by On the Spot with Magdiel Lopez, which is more of a poster design, graphic design approach. All of these have their own channels on the Discord, so make sure you hop into the Discord. And then we have a bunch of stuff both for all next 3 days, actually, both
Ooh.
between YouTube and Twitch. You can find the schedule on the Discord, and we hope to see you guys in the other streams as well.
Yes.
But I'm
Hope
going to
to
go
see
ahead
you
and
guys
hop back
there.
over to your screen.
Yes. So
Looks like the
just so
yellow
you
got
guys
a little
see,
bit more
it did.
crazy.
It did. It did. So we focused on the yellow and the blue. So once I clicked on the color, and I also like that it adds it down here too.
Hmm.
I wanted to target obviously this yellow and green, so I wanted to get those colors in there. And then the other cool thing again, like I mentioned, that it does even pull colors that you may not see or hues of the colors that you may not see as well, so you can play around with those too. I really wanted that yellow to be like a punchy color. And then again, like I mentioned before, if you wanted to do a general hue and saturation, you could do that. So if I wanted to change the color entirely, which, ooh, oh,
Ooh,
hold on.
wow, that's a
Wait,
nice surprise.
wait, that's a nice
That's so
surprise.
cool. That's a good
Whoa,
orange red.
what? Yeah, what the heck? I'm just like, wait, I didn't intend to do that. That wasn't a part of today's like plan. What the heck?
Cody is in the BS chat, and it's a good comment, but let me read it through, and then I'll tell you why I think it's funny. She says, "I've gotten prints from a small husband and wife company called Pretty Good Printing. They were fabulous quality,
Hmm.
but." Since she said I gotten prints from a small husband and wife, makes me think that they're like little like tree elves. They just like do little printing, called Pretty Good Printing. Way to go, small husband and wife. You guys
You
are
know,
nice,
so
tiny, right there with the
rightly
Keebler elves.
said, you're nice and tiny. If
Uh,
I had the time, I would go in there and really like take that color off his foot. But I really like how that just like popped a bit. That's really cool. So you can just like really play around. Oh,
ooh,
oh,
getting weird.
a little weird. So if you wanted to do all of that, that is really cool too. But I'm gonna go back to our yellow and orange. Leave that there. And I'm really happy with how that came out. Let's go to another image. Let's see. Let's do this one because I really like the Pepsi in this image. And then also the other thing is I did do for the most part because these were all like properly lit. I didn't have to do much like toning of the colors or like adjusting the exposure, things of that nature. So I want to call that out because that's usually what I would do the first step. Um, and then let's see. So let's start with adjust colors. Let's see what we can pull out here. So we have some red. Obviously, there's red in the corner over there. We have the blue, which is really nice. What's like Pepsi's like true blue? Like this is like their true blue color, right?
I don't know. It's
I
crazy to see
don't
their
know.
brands change over the years, but
I'm
still
telling
feel
you.
classic to it all. You know?
Yeah, which is that's branding is so interesting. Like to be able to like see this and like, oh, I wonder what year this was,
Right.
and it's still so recognizable, like you said. That's pretty incredible.
But were you guys the only ones there? Did you see any other people like walking around taking
We
photos or
saw
anything?
people, yes.
Yeah.
We saw the people. So even when it came to taking these photos,
Hmm.
we had to like wait for there was another girl, I think, like she had her husband there that with her with her iPhone taking pictures of her, and he was really getting it. Like he was getting the angles for her. And so
I love
and
that.
so yeah,
It's a
there were
happy
definitely other
marriage is
people.
for the
Very much
content.
so. Yes, very happy marriage. So it was there were some other people, but also there are people that like live like in that city, for one,
Hmm. Really?
or
Oh, so
they
it's not
yeah.
entirely.
So so Bisbee as a whole, like there's people that
Okay.
live in Bisbee. This specific town, I can't remember what the name of the town is. So this town was abandoned, but there are
Okay.
people that live in Bisbee that were like maybe 10, 15 minutes away from this town.
Okay.
So
Got
there are
it.
people that lived in the area that came out to eat or whatever the case might be, or like this was their side of the town, and we were just like, oh, sorry, we're gonna take pictures, but nobody gave us an issue, which was really nice.
Oh,
I was
great.
worried that like somebody would be like, oh no, get away. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't not with
Yeah.
the Pepsi.
Nah, not with the Pepsi. And also, fun fact, this was also just a we didn't have we were like, oh, like there's a Pepsi machine.
Hmm.
Let's see if we can go and find like a Pepsi, but it has to be obviously it can't be a can because
Right.
it has to be in the glass bottle. And so we went to there was a like a I think it was like a brunch place that was around the corner. They didn't have any Pepsi, but they had like I think they had a Fanta. This was a Fanta. Yeah, they had a Fanta in the glass. So what we did is that we drank the Fanta. Somebody drank it, and then we filled this up with like tea.
And it
So
like looks
that
enough, like just like dark
it looks
enough
a
that it could
lot.
be a
Yeah,
Pepsi.
exactly. So I was like, it makes sense. Like he has to be drinking a Pepsi. Like we can't have him just like not holding anything.
Cody saying green flag husband for the influencer and the husband. Jack Watson's also
Green.
joining us over on Behance. Good to have you
Oh,
back.
hello,
Welcome back.
Jad. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys play around with color a lot in your images? Like what, how do you guys, I feel like some people are afraid of color too, but
Oh,
I don't know
I
this
want to
the
push it as much as I can as far as
yeah.
saturation goes. I mean, especially in my early days in Photoshop, I would just like open up the hue saturation slider and just crank that to the right. But
Yeah.
we like to
So
think
it's
that
like
we've gotten a
why
little bit
not?
more articulate. Uh, it's like
I don't
very
know. I just
MySpace photos.
yeah, I'm like this is something that's so nice about just pushing your colors
Yeah.
so far. I
It'd
really
also be
like.
interesting as a series to like fix everything in the background. Not today, obviously, because we're focusing on
Mm-hmm.
color today. But it's interesting, like that you could probably go in and change that kind of warped ceiling with generative fill
Mm-hmm.
and try to
Oh
like
yeah, you
bring
can.
things back to its heyday. But
Ooh,
I enjoy
yes.
in this photo series particularly that you can tell that it has been abandoned for a bit.
Abandoned, yeah. That's why I was like,
Abandoned
I feel like
Bisbee.
a little abandoned Bisbee.
Yeah. Why
So
do we know why it was abandoned? It's just like
no, I
industry
don't know the
change.
hist. I don't know. I saw it on TikTok,
Okay, all right.
and
As one
I
sees
think
most things.
you know, and I do think TikTok would have given me the context. I saw a nice. I was like, oh, that's very photo ready for me. So that's how that's how we
Right.
got into that. That's how we got into that.
All
Let's
right. So
see. So
Bisbee
I'm
was
just playing.
founded around mining
Oh,
for copper, gold, and silver
makes
and became a
sense.
classic
Yes.
company town.
Yes. Yes.
And the
That is
town's
very
fortunes were
true.
tied very closely to the mining industry. And so once the ore quality declined, economic pressures mounted and mining became less profitable.
Wow.
So
That is good to know. And I think I do know that was true because that's well, it's true because it's true, not because I have
it's
to
true because
verify
it's
that's
true.
true. But I remember that like across from us there was like a massive there was a massive area where they used to do the mining. And so
Hmm.
that makes sense. Cause I was like, ah, I don't know much about Bisbee or what it used to be. And there's so much history, even in like the places that you live. Like I've been in Arizona my entire life. And so I think it's actually quite interesting how like I can live here and not know of like
Some
the
places to
history of
Arizona.
yeah, yeah. Like there's just so much to even be able to see in like the places that you live.
Right.
And just being able to explore. I think sometimes we think, oh, we need to go to another city or another place, but you really don't. All right, so this
And it's a
is
dry heat.
before is yes, it's a dry heat. They don't we definitely don't forget that here. Oh, well, so we're just playing around with different colors. We can see how we took this photo from this really dull to adding a little bit of color and vibrancy in there. And just being able to utilize again the color adjuster bar is the name of it. And with some adjust color, no, selective color layers as well as I think I did something. Oh, I did color bands balance in the end as well. Let's see.
But
What
wait,
else
let's
should
do you want to check out the one that's like very black and white and see what we can even do with color there?
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I put it in here because full transparency, I have not done anything with this image yet.
Hmm.
So I was like, I wonder what we can do
Just to see
with,
how it kind of affects it, you know?
yeah.
Because
So
you've
I'm gonna
obviously
start.
got some yellows, some
Mm-hmm.
browns, black, white, gray.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, we should
Um,
be able to do
I think it's
something with
interesting to see
that.
what you can kind of pull there. Cody's
Yeah.
husband apparently grew up in Flagstaff.
Oh,
So not sure if
really?
that's far from you or not.
It's like 2 hours, I think, from
Okay.
Phoenix. So not super far. Hmm. All right, so I did a quick generator fill.
Oh, it's interesting that
Uh,
it's like giving ones with like big shadow on the side. It's like
yeah.
moody.
I don't know. I
kind of,
kind of like that.
right?
I'm like, ooh, like that's why I keep coming back to it because I'm like, where did that shadow come from?
Yeah,
That's really nice.
almost as
I'm
if
gonna
like
bring this.
it was in some like cathedral or something through like
Yeah,
arches or something. I'm not sure.
I really like that. I'm gonna expand it just a little bit.
Also, I love
And
the
then,
see-through of this dress on the bottom. It's like
mm-hmm,
so. Uh, I don't want to say inconsistent, but it's like some parts are way easier to see through than others, which is
than
just
others,
adds
yeah.
a cool
That's that's what I
detail.
really love about Tool in general. I think that was the material
Mhm.
is like being able to like it was a tulle skirt that she had. And so I really liked it because again at the bottom you could see through it. And so I think that was really nice. So we did a generator fill and expand just to do a little bit of that. Now I'm gonna come back up here. Let's click the adjust colors. Let's see what we can pull here. I'm wondering if it'll just pull a lot of blues and tans. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's her
Oh,
skin.
accidentally, you're like boom, immediately alien, like Martian, boom.
I said that's really her skin. But even in that, you can still like if you wanted to do a little bit of like increasing the saturation or the darkness,
hmm
like even just doing that, let me zoom in a little bit, like kept the integrity of her skin color, but just kind of deepened her skin tone a little bit, which was really
Right.
nice for this image. So I think that it didn't do anything that was too bad. Like obviously if I did this, it'd be too much, but I could just do a little
And little
slight
nudges, little left and
little
right, and kind of
nudges.
see where it goes.
Yeah. Just little nudges. I wonder what happens if I click this white.
And then crank it.
Okay, so
Oh, okay,
it's
but it's doing
like,
stuff to the shadows a little bit.
yeah, the shadow. Ooh, whoa, whoa,
Wow.
whoa, whoa,
See,
whoa,
that
whoa,
was early
whoa.
Ryan Photoshop phase. He's
No.
like, that looks great. That was awesome.
So I think it's just like looking for like you said like what the colors that were in the shadows because it's not really adding anything anywhere else, which is okay, which is fine. We used it even just these browns and like focusing on her skin was really nice. So
Right.
that's the before and after there. And then the one thing that I love with selective color. I keep coming back here because it's really my baby. You can come to the whites, and because there's a lot of whites in this photo, you can really add some color there. So I'm wondering if I did this and then went back to add another, do another color adjuster, what that would do.
Oh, kind of like use the tool to then work with the other tool
Yeah,
kind of vibe.
yeah. I'm just like curious, like if I
It's
did
interesting.
anything. Just out of
Um,
curiosity, let me just leave that as dramatic as it is, and
but
then
it's also kind of just cool how it's just working, I don't know, in your current workflow and just adding new
yeah.
ways to be able to adjust it. Which
Mm-hmm.
is like, yes, you have to learn maybe the slightest new tool, but it still feels
Yeah.
very authentic to selective
It
color. It feels authentic
exactly.
to the way that you work.
Exactly. And that's the one thing I really like too, is because again, you can just add more tools to your toolbox that really complement your work your workflow, you know? And I think I'm not somebody that's like, "Oh, I've done it this way all the time. Like this is the only way that I can do it." Like when new tools come out, it's really nice to be able to challenge yourself and say, "Okay, how can I add this to my workflow? How does this add and what ways can I maybe do things even quicker and be more efficient?"
Right.
And so I think that's what I really love about Photoshop as a whole and how it continues to evolve is because as it's evolving, I'm being challenged as the creator to see, okay, how can I use this tool in my toolbox? And not just being like, oh, well, there's only this way that I always do this thing. Like, oh, well, why not try something new?
And also, it's important to vocalize when you run into any of those roadblocks or anything. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the development team's doing pretty good at listening to the feedback from the things that people are
Mm,
working with and people are interacting with, and then creating the tools based off of that. So
yeah,
um, make sure you're
agreed.
providing feedback when you run into anything that you want to see or things that you're
Yep,
really excited about, because that's the only way that the team can know how to grow.
exactly.
Also, Frank has just joined us over on Behance. Good to have you here. We're currently
Welcome in,
looking
Frank.
over some color over different photos from Adara's portfolio. We've got about 10 minutes left before we then are going to hop
Oh,
on over to office hours,
10 more
which
minutes.
I know we really flew through the time
The
here,
time
but
goes by so quickly.
and yeah, but that'll be for another hour or so, and then we'll then be able to once again um, hop back over to Twitch, and then we'll see there. Are
Excellent.
you modding at all today, Adara?
I am. So you guys will see me on Twitch from like I think I'm modding from like 11 to 3, so the rest of the day basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will be seeing you guys. I will be chatting with y'all later on today.
It'll be all over that
Per-
schedule, which will be great.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's our before and our after there.
Nice. It feels so much
Which is
warmer.
yeah, I don't know. I like that. I'm like I like the warmness of it. I like that the whites aren't. I'm very big on like I don't like pure whites.
But no, it
So
feels too much like a
yeah.
hospital.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just like, ooh, gloomy, sick. Oh no. So I like to add colors into that. So let's see. Which
That's
image do
fun.
you guys want to do? We have probably one more left in us. We did that one already. So
He
we
looks
can
so lonely
do
when he's so
this.
tiny now, though.
I
He's the
know.
tiny husband of the tiny printers. It's like
All
he's like
by
running away from
himself.
you.
All by himself. Oh. All right, I'm gonna do this one. I
Okay.
wonder if it's gonna pull the greens in. Okay, it did. Lovely.
Oh, very nice. With him kind of the curtain.
Yeah.
And where was this? Is this in a studio space you rented, or was this more
This
this?
was this was a studio space that I rented. You know what? I'm gonna do this real quickly. I'm gonna select my subject. I'm just curious if I select the
Look at
subject and
that.
invert
That
it,
worked really well. I was worried how the
right?
this like subject was gonna work, especially with the shadows kind of like in between your
Yeah,
knees. But it
did a
pulled
very
that
good
right out.
job. And the reason why I wanted to do that, I wanted to isolate the background and then do the adjust color.
Oh, that's also another way
And
that you can do it
and
rather than having to matte
yeah,
everything out.
exactly. There we go. Oh, love. The question you asked me was where this place was. This was in like a it was a location I found off of Pure Space. They make this whole room, and it's actually in the same room this picture was taken in.
Wow.
So they it's like a small room, like a vintage style. They have like this vintage couch. You can see the same wood flooring. They have a green curtain. They have like an old school TV in there and bookshelf.
It
Um,
transforms the space Brady Bunch
it
style.
it literally. So I think that like oh, and then I can clip this. Let me clip this to the layer below.
On the very
Am I
bottom
going
there,
to?
right above color. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I was like, what the heck? Where is it? I can't see
It always
it.
seems to move, and I'm always like feel a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I'm
But you want to know
like,
something else you can do here? Okay, so you
mm,
see in your properties panel, right, where it says before and
yes,
after,
yes,
and then there's those icons right down right below it.
yeah.
The one on
Oh,
the far left is one
oh, it's
for clipping
clip.
mask.
There we go. I did not see that. I did not see
I did not
that.
learn that until maybe
Wow,
2 months ago.
wow. Okay, so you could
Um,
turn. I didn't even know.
there's like a I don't know what that one even
Oh,
does, but
so this one, like, if you hold it, it's like a before and after.
oh, that's
This,
nice.
if this will turn off the whole layer in itself, and then this will clip it to the layer
It'll clip it to the
below.
layer below it.
Thank you.
So hope that
Ah,
helps.
yes.
It has
I
helped
was like,
me amazing because there's so many times
tremendous.
where I've like right clicked and I'm like, did they get rid of the option and the right click? And it's just
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
I was like,
I'm
where's the
silly.
option?
Yeah. But this is cool. So now we're only affecting the background because we
Yep.
have since deleted the character. I don't know. I said character, the subject.
The
Um,
subject. Yep.
in the middle here, and now you're
Yep.
just adjusting the surrounding area.
Yep. Which is nice because again, I can come back and I can focus on her and her skin, and making sure that she doesn't feel like she's separate from the background. But
Hmm.
as I was doing that, I was like I mentioned, there's certain colors that are gonna pull colors out of your skin, and you want to make sure that you're focusing on the integrity of your subject and the way that they actually look, and
Yeah.
just in those literally in those like. I don't know how long that was. Like we were able to just look at that background from
It
before and
pops so
after.
much more now. It feels
What the
way
heck?
more dimensional.
I love
Um,
it.
I also just like that color green. Like I'll
I
get that for my
know,
curtains.
right?
uh,
I love it. I'm gonna add some in here.
I will
There
say
we
skin
go.
tone is so finicky because the Adobe Live team gives me a hard time because they're always like, Ryan, your white balance is so yellow. And I'm like, I am such a pasty boy. I need to make everything yellow.
Yep.
uh,
Yep.
but
Yep.
it's nice when you go color grading that you have a little bit more freedom to be able
Hmm.
to mess around with, um,
Exactly.
you know, the color shifts
Exactly.
that you want.
What did I just
Oh,
do?
she
Oh
got
no.
sunburned.
Oh no. Oh, because I put them in, I think because when I put them in, yeah, it was putting them
Yeah,
together. Okay. So
because
look at
that
that's
one's
our
not clipped. That
before.
one's for
This one's
everything.
not clipped. Yeah, this one's for
Yeah,
everything. So this is the before, after.
love it. Big
And
fan.
literally 2 layers. I used the color adjuster bar and I used one selective color just for her skin.
Yeah.
Mwah, love it.
And so is that this
Excellent.
just like tube lighting at the top right there that they have?
Yes. Is this
Oh,
this
that's
right
cool.
here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was
Which
like
I'm sure gives those dramatic shadows of the 70s or
exactly,
60s.
exactly. But if I wanted to remove that too, I can go in and remove it as well.
That's true.
Let's see. Let's do this one too. I'm just like curious. I want to see if I can get them to look
This is when you fell on the
similar.
floor and she was seeing if you were okay.
I really love how selective select subject does it does a really great job of
Especially under
isolating
hair,
yourself.
because those edges are
Yeah,
always so hard towards the end of people's
exactly.
hair.
Exactly.
Because it's just, I mean, yeah, I remember going in and having to do it with like a feather brush myself, and then, um, it's you're like, oh wow, it's like this all has to be transparent or not, and so it's like let a computer do it. I don't want to have to do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Literally, I don't want to have to do it.
Ali says, "Hello, my dear colleagues. Hello. We are just towards
Hello.
the end of our stream, but this will be available as a replay. As we were saying before, we do have office hours coming up right after this. We just went over a bunch of different colors with the new color feature in Photoshop. But up next, we have office hours this week. It is creative workflows reimagined with AI. It says join Nick and Andrew as they help you explore if an AI workflow is right for you. We'll explore how you can use AI directly in your favorite apps in collaboration with Firefly boards. And so that'll kick you right over there right after this. But we have a few more minutes. Um,
We're
and
getting towards the ends,
we're getting towards
friends.
the end, which is sad. But we got
Aw.
through a lot of work in a short period of
We
time.
did. We
Um,
did. And I think we were able to move through it so quickly because of this specific new tool, you know.
Yeah, nice little
That's a
plug there. That was
girl,
good. That was seamless.
you know, but see how quickly I was able to get through. We did like how many images? We did one, two, three, four, five, six. This is my
Did you also get
sixth.
the Pepsis in there? There's
So
a
let me see.
Pepsi
Hold
one in
on.
there, right? Yeah.
There was a Pepsi one. So there's the Pepsi one.
Pepsi
One,
one, gas station
two, this
one,
gas station one. Three, black and
see-through
white
one,
one. Four.
curtain.
This is one I'm currently doing. Five, six.
Oh, nice. Wow, that's
What?
awesome.
What? What
My
the heck?
favorite, I think, might be either the one we just
Mm,
did where the green popped in the back,
yeah.
or alternatively, I think my other favorite, I think, is the gas station. I just like
Yeah.
the
Me
blues
too.
with the
Me too.
yellows.
Me too. I
And it did a
100%
really
agree
good
with
job at
that.
showing how the tool worked, which was nice. And just
Yeah.
in general, I like the composition and stuff
Oh,
of
thanks,
those
Ryan. Thank
columns.
you.
It was
Oh,
good.
I love it. This is so much fun. What the heck?
Well,
I love how quickly this all came together.
well, thank you again for showing that to
Of
us. And
course.
thank you again for all your expertise outside of even Photoshop, talking about lighting and
Hmm.
how you shoot and how you approach color. Once again, we put that link to that color book in the Discord. It's also
Yes.
in the link.
Yes. And I will be
Um,
letting you guys know. I think that would be really cool for me to kind of keep you guys up to speed of my journey. I'm going
yeah.
to plan my first shoot, hopefully for this weekend or next, and then start shooting and utilizing these colors. So, yeah, I'll keep you updated.
We can see the rest of your work at idaraekpoh.com, which will be
Yes.
linked in the Discord as well as the description and this chat. And then where are you? You're on Instagram, right? Or are you
Yes.
more of a TikTok girly?
I'm on Instagram and TikTok, but it's the same at oh yeah, it's ID OHYEAHITSIDY.
All right, amazing. And we'll link to that as well. Thank you again so much
Yep.
for your time. It was so much fun having you on. And we'll see you in the
Thank you for
chats
having.
of the
See
upcoming
you.
streams because
Yes.
Idara will be modding a lot of them. So I'll be there too to say hi in between meetings and whatnot. But excited to
Yes.
see you all there. Thank you, everyone who tuned in to
Thank
Cody
you
and Oliver,
guys.
Frank, Sean, um, Eric. Eric says, I love that book, which is cool. Ali, Drew,
Oh,
and Troy.
yay.
Thank you guys all for being here. And like I said, you will be pushed right over to the next one. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you check out more stuff on Adobe Live. So thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.